As I record this, it is day 75 since war started in Ukraine. Time for an update on what the photonic industry in Poland is doing to help professional colleagues in Ukraine. Magda, from the business consultancy corporation Ayming, explains.
First of all, it's a huge difference, I think, in perception of the events from the faraway countries like France, Italy, I don't know, maybe Spain, on what's going on in Ukraine and here in Poland. We are really living this situation with them. And sooner we realize that we will gonna deal with this migration for probably a long time, the better we'll be prepared and we'll better be able to integrate those people into our society, you know. So I think this consciousness that they are here to stay, our Ukrainian friends, it's a good thing.
90,000 Ukrainian pupils have been enrolled already in Warsaw schools. That number could rise to 800,000 school-aged children across the country, according to Polish government sources. So it's time to find out what the photonic industry is doing for long-term assistance to Ukraine. SEMICON is the largest laser module supplier in Central Europe. From a base near Warsaw, they supply the automotive, aerospace, medical, woodworking and defense industries. They have a range of equipment for the automated production of specialist printed circuit boards. They do have customers in Ukraine, but the war has really affected the daily operations of many other clients there.
So most of the companies send us some inquiries regarding they want to move some production
from Ukraine to Poland.
Yes, to Ukraine to Poland. Today we received one inquiry regarding producing some PCBs in our companies. So it's a very difficult time.
SEMICON have developed advanced methods to monitor the quality of coatings on customized projects. Everything is done in-house. It's clear that Ukrainian refugees cannot return home in the short term. Many women and children arrive with nothing more than a suitcase. At SEMICON, they have been able to offer practical help and jobs to female technicians. Of course, retraining is needed.
So we start from the beginning.
But they are a technician, yes, a technician people, so it's easier to adapt them to our needs.
I'm from Mariupol in the east. Early this year, when the things start to get extremely bad, I came to Poland with the kids. But I had to leave other older family members behind, including my grandmother. SEMICON helped me to find meaningful work in Poland, arrange accommodation, and found place for my kids at school. For the time being, we are safe here, but the situation back home is very bad indeed.
It's a similar story at Solaris Optics down the road. Michelle and Camila explain what they are doing.
As you know, they have just one case with all what they have. The other thing, we're trying to hire some people from Ukraine here in Solaris, and also we help Ukrainian women to get a job, for example, in our households.
Solaris Optics manufactures optical elements for the defense and space markets.
To be honest with you, the business is a little bit growing at the moment. It's only because we do produce some elements which are used by the military companies, and as you can understand that at the moment it's a hot topic because the weapons are needed for Ukraine and they are being shipped to Ukraine to help them. However, we understand that this is a sort of special situation, so we also want to give back. We're trying to look for businesses that we can place an order for elements or sort of things that we do need to produce our elements in Ukraine. if it's possible. We also try to employ people from Ukraine. Ukrainian engineers in optics, they do need to to do something, right, to find a job, and we have the sort of opportunity in here.
Camila showed me around Solaris, including their amazing optics polishing machines. Now it's time to visit Fluence, a company that's regularly in the photonic headlines. Founded in 2016, they've rapidly expanded into a leading manufacturer of femtosecond lasers.
We want to help people long term, especially people who flee from Ukraine. They are everyday people, they are skilled engineers, they are skilled marketing specialists, and we want to help them and give them another chance. Training is very important. There are many people who, for example, in Ukraine, who finished universities, they had subjects related to optics. And organizing our production, it's also important to train our employees from the very beginning. And it doesn't matter if the person is from Poland or from other parts of Europe or Ukraine, it is always very important to give training and to understand that we have somebody who understands the technology and understands what we are doing here.
Fluence was quick to cut off Russian suppliers.
Our lasers, they did have some Russian components inside, but after the invasion we decided that we can no longer go with those components, so we decided to remove it from our supply chain. And then we, of course, are looking to replace this component for something else.
And of course, on a trip to visit Poland, we can't forget the amazing success story of VIGO Photonics, a company established 34 years ago. It has grown into one of the main providers worldwide of mid-infrared detectors. They used the time during the pandemic to expand their facilities for automated assembly, packaging and characterization.
So the building was designed by my wife, so this was one of the ideas, that we have to have everything under one roof.
Today, gas detectors fit in the palm of your hand. By 2026, VIGO will have the world's first mid-infrared chip that fits on a fingertip. It's all part of an ambitious technology roadmap to ramp up volume into millions of units at significantly lower cost. VIGO was involved with helping incoming refugees from the start of the war by providing food and clothing.
Yeah, I would say that's just beginning, yeah. We also help in distribution of that items to borders, to any shelters for refugees and any places where they stayed.
So I was born in Poland under the Soviet umbrella, so I don't want to go back. That's something that really I'm impressed with Ukraine. I'm expecting that more and more Polish politics and European politics will be concentrated on technological sovereignty, so we can really make our own devices, lasers, detectors, also microcontrollers or microprocessors. So that's really important areas for all the technological companies to grow.
And with a reminder to support the WaveJobs initiative, that's our update on the Polish photonic initiatives for Ukraine. Safe travels, everyone.